All right, good morning. Happy Monday, October 5th. Gosh, is the 5th or 6th? 6th, geez. October 6th. Hope everybody had an amazing weekend. We had member guests at the golf club. Busy weekend across the board. But man, I've already taken a peek. You're going to want to stand by for this because we've got something that we haven't seen in a long time in the numbers this morning. So I'm just not even going to waste any time. We're going to get right in it because we need to talk about it and go back into our notes. I hope everybody's doing great. Keep hearing from so many of you. I appreciate you. And this fall is going to be interesting, and it's going to start this morning. New listing 61. Okay. 61. I'm going to leave it right there because that is higher than I wanted, higher than I was expecting. But I'm going to tell you what's going on because I've gone through all these new listings, everyone, because I'm trying to figure this out. But look at this, pending 19. Now, this is coming off of a time when when the pending contract surpassed the new listings for the first time. And then here we go a week later. We've got a pretty sharp rise in new listings and probably a little bit more of a move downward in pending contracts than we've had in some time. If you've been watching me for any amount of time, you know that I've been talking about rain, shine, sleet, or snow. Those pending contracts are going to be in the mid-20s, okay? So it's not terribly far off, but it's lower than we've seen in some time. If I were really tracking this, I'd have to go back months to even find this. And last week, we were in the high to mid-30s, okay? So I'm disappointed to see the pending contracts sitting where they are in relation to 61 new listings. I don't like it. Closed transactions, 17. Okay, so right there with pending, that's what we want. Price changes, 64. That is up, okay? So listen, we never freak out on this channel because we ride the highs and the lows. And you know our rule. Nothing's a trend until we do it 3 weeks in a row. So the trend that we wanted was last week when the pending contracts were above the new listings. That was a trend we can get behind. That was a trend I wanted to see run through the fall because I felt it, right? I felt that coming. Now we're just 1 week later and we've got a ratio that we haven't seen in a very long time. 61 on the new, 19 on the pending. I'm still not thinking that's going to be a trend, but I wasn't expecting this. Here's what's going on. I'm going to go full screen and just talk to you here because I've gone through. I'm not down about this, guys, but what I'm saying is this is the market, right? This is what happens. But I'm going to tell you what's going on. I saw a lot of inventory pop on the market last week. And I saw a lot of it come on at not really good pricing. I saw some new listings come back on the market with different agents for more money than they were listed with their previous agent. So let's go with that mindset. For some reason, they weren't satisfied with their agent. They relisted with somebody, but somebody decided to bring it on for more money than it was listed for. And I try to be in the room with those conversations. I don't have any intel showing me that that should be the case. Now, there are a few pockets like we talk about. But what I'm saying is, I think the excitement of Fed news, we had Pierce on here last week talking about the new applications, okay? I'm seeing across the board, I saw a bunch of news articles this week talking about the inventory going down more than they've ever seen in years. I saw those headlines, saw buyer applications coming in, but yet here we are. So here's what happened, because I've been talking to agents, looking at these. When that kind of stuff gets out there, we can't help ourselves. And agents love to list property, love to bring them on the market. It's kind of a status symbol of like, hey, I've got X amount of listings. Things must be good. Now, don't look at whether they're priced well or not, but that's what's going on. So what I'm seeing is there are a lot of properties that came on at price points that they're reaching. So we're back at it. So right when we got optimistic, we're going to get back out there and reach again on these price points. So here's my prediction. This is still a very buyer healthy market. They're in the marketplace and they want to do business with you, but we got to stay real with the pricing. The reason we had the last 30 to 45 days that we had was because the sellers were getting very real about the pricing and we were able to put everybody together. But I can tell you, looking at the hot sheet with those 61 new, we're going to see some price changes. We're reaching. They got phone calls saying the times are good. We might as well come out on the market. And I don't think it's going to go in our favor. So I don't think this trend's going to continue. I'd like to not come back to you next Monday and we're at another 60 and we're in the teens on pending contracts, because I know I'm busy. But what this can do, guys, it can hold up momentum. So I don't want this trend to continue and new listings keep coming on the market at prices that have no business. But I see what's happening. If you want to come on the market, you can get it done right here. But that's what's happened this week. You can go down through the hot sheet. I post it every Saturday. If you're not getting my newsletter, make sure you are. You can view all the hot sheet with me, okay? So I'm not wigging out. No reason to. We just like fun trends. And man, I was fist pumping and high-fiving last week, right? I want to get back to that. And I still think we can next week. I just think this is a blip and this is a warning. Just because you're hearing good news out there does not mean put all the chips on the table, go in and see if you can get somebody that just doesn't care to buy your house. That's not happening. We're selling very expensive stuff. We're selling very good properties, but you got to be dialed in to catch the attention of these buyers. Okay. So listen, I'm going to be all on point this week because I'm going to be watching what happens to come back to you next Monday. And I can't wait. I think I'm going to come back to you and the inventory settle down and we're right back into those contracts. That's my prediction, but did not want to see this week. Not bad news, but I love the direction we were going, and we'll see if we can get back in line starting next week. Busy week. Several of you are in town. Please continue to let me know. We've got some amazing new listings coming on. Ours will be priced right. Our new listings are going to be priced right. So come get them. If you need me, call me, text me, and talk to you soon.